if I go in on the view on YouTube, let's not do that. Hello, Fairy Dust Diaries. How are you? Hey, Winky, Summer Rain. Hey, watcha, watcha. Melinda, hello. I'm so bored. So bored today. I have no trial to watch, right? Done everything upstairs. Hey, Vicky, are you bored too? Good. We're going to all be bored together. I am so into this case too, Miss Christie. I have not missed a day. Hey, Life Rewinded. I've not missed a day. I could be a juror, I guess. Thank you for popping in, Fairy Dust Diaries, because I'm bored. I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Hey, Virginia. So I'm missing this case today. Look, my hair. Look at that. Look. Wait a minute. That way. It's hanging down. I don't know what the hell. Look. Hey, God, Presley, thank you for becoming a member of the screening room. And Howard, have y'all heard Presley sing? Hey, Olivia, you need to sub to her channel and listen to Hey, Peggy, Lucy's World. Hi. And listen to her sing. I was floored. She doesn't sing, she sings. She can sing. So I was floored. I was floored. You need to be doing something else. You need to be doing something else, girl. We should be buying your shit. Hello, Uber. I love you. I love you so much. She has an. I was like, I was stunned. I'm stunned. Hey, Holden Jean, how you, baby? Now, how many of y'all are watching the trial? Because I am. I will put a link in the damn chat if y'all want to come up here and talk about it. Because it is got me all. I'm so. All right, I hit copy. Go away. Go away. I hit. Stop. Go away. There. You are every. Okay, good. Then we need to talk about this. Okay. I'm watching like a hawk too. Life Rewind. Hey, Emerald Lips speaking. How are you, sweet pea? Welcome. I am so caught up in this that I had to go to the store the other day, and hey, Granny takes a trip. Free side, my love. I had it playing on my phone and in my ear through Kroger, and I'm sitting there, right? I think I cannot stand the main defense guy. Hey, Maggie. The main defense guy, the old one that doesn't know where he is half the time, and will ask a question and they go, and then several moments of silence, retains what he was trying to say. He was going after the OnStar guy. All right, he was going after that OnStar guy. Yeah, people call him Harpo. Because I've gone into these little rabbit holes. Hell to the no, Mr. Dick, right? All of them are dicks. But he was going after him, and I'm in Kroger, right? And I'm pushing the cart, and I'm like, oh. And this poor man thought that I was doing it at him. So I had to say, I'm sorry. I picked up my phone. I said, listening to a trial. He was like, okay, I'm sorry. Because he was in my way, kind of. So I haven't missed a minute of it. I have not missed a minute. And let me tell y'all my views. And y'all might share my views. But Miss Christie, here's the thing. This guy said, these guys, a jury is gonna believe who they like. Meaning either the prosecutor, the attorney, one of the attorneys, they're gonna believe who they like. Now, that's what he said. I don't know if that's true or not. Hey, truth hurts. So I personally did not like I don't like the defense guys, but I understand that they were doing their job when they were cross-examining the prosecution's witness. I get that. You got to be dicks sometimes. You got to try to trip them up, which I don't think they really tripped anybody up that I can remember. Presley. Yeah, because I know tomorrow, the way my husband works, he works 3 days on, 2 days off, 2 days on. It's so he's off. He worked this weekend. He's off today and tomorrow. Now we're supposed to go up to the YMCA and sign up at the gym. All right. So we've been. I know what it looks like. I don't need to go look at it. I know exactly what it is because we used to be. We used to be members. And he thinks I'm leaving his house during that trial. Oh, unless I go at lunchtime. I can do it at lunchtime because it's literally 3 minutes up the road. Hey, Philly girl, you like Waters? He isn't letting them get away. Yeah. How insane is that defense opened? Hold on. Go back up here. Open with the faked suicide insanity. Yeah, look. Maggie love. I don't understand. Here's what I told my mother. My mother's 70, I don't know what. And 70, I don't know. It's Lazare, how you doing? I haven't seen you in forever. Your husband's frustrated with you too. Mine is too. But all right, one, you're not going to be an addict in a small town for 20 years and not have everybody in that town know it. And I say this because I live in Lynchburg, the home of Jerry Falwell. Now, Jerry Falwell's sons were a little bit older than me, right? But we knew all over town that the oldest son, Jerry Jr., he was heavily into recreational drugs. All through his teens, we knew it because we knew the people that sold it to him. And people that will sell people drugs, especially in a little town like this where you have the big fish, which is the Falwells. Drug dealers rarely have, they'll tell it. They'll tell it. Oh, you don't know. So in a small town, if he was on drugs for 20 years, that whole town would know it. Also, I find it odd that in May, if y'all will remember, and as I'm not reading the chat, I swear I will go back and read it. If you go back and they're talking about Paul in May texting his father and saying, Mom found pills in your laptop bag. We need to talk. You're not going to be married to a man for 20 some years. And hey, Diamond, and not know, hey, Flash, and not know they're on drugs. You're not going to find out in May that he's been on drugs for 20 years or suspected. Not to mention the volume that he was supposedly buying would have killed him. He could not have possibly taken those pills. Now, we'll find out what Uncle Eddie's up to. I got this. Y'all come on up now. Don't be scared. You ain't got to show nothing. Come on. Also, yeah, Philly, here's the thing with a lot of people who are addicted to OxyContin or any other thing. You're skinny as a rail. You're skinny as a rail. Go look back at Matthew Perry when he was on Friends and the height of his addiction. He was a rail. All right? It's because you're taking these things. You're not going, oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Is that you, Diamond? Hold on. Oh, shit. Where'd it go? Come back. I just have to be careful. Was that you, Diamond? Put it back over here. As I was saying, you're not going to look at the bottle and go, oh, well, hey, number one, it's not going to be in a bottle. Take with food. Oh, okay. He was too big to be.
Sorry,
There you
I
go.
forgot to mute. I forgot to mute my YouTube.
No, I had your thing is they call me and that's all I could see.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
uh,
but I saw
well,
your
first of all,
points.
if he was taking that many damn pills, his liver and kidneys would be shot. I
I
mean,
did.
there's no way.
Yeah. And he'd have been a rail, a little skinny rail. They suppress your appetite. He would not have shit for the last 20 years, for God knows.
Right, right. He would have been doing some serious laxatives.
Yeah. He'd have pulled an Elvis right down his toilet. So that
Yes.
to me is bullshit. And plus, as I'm trying to explain this to my mother, and she knows in my day, back in the day, I knew some people.
Mm-hmm.
It would be stupid for cousin Eddie to go buy these pills at cost, meaning from a drug dealer at cost. Because she said, "Do you think they were selling them?" To turn around and sell them, you would, hey Ziggles, you wouldn't have a profit. You know,
No, especially if they were paying $15 a damn pill. I mean,
right.
good Lord.
Because those people, one, know they can go right to the same guy and get them for, whatever. So that
Yeah.
don't make no sense to me.
No.
I
No.
don't know. So that money, no, that money was not going. I truly believe I love you for the rest of the eternity, my Ziggles. Um, Another thing, I don't think the prosecution had any intention of calling Uncle Eddie or cousin Eddie. I don't think they had any intention of it.
Me either.
They put him on that witness list so they could over there and they could sweat it.
Yep.
I think that is why that defense attorney got up and opened the door. He opened that door on purpose to get Eddie put right back in, to put the fear of God back in the prosecution. Don't make us call him. He's a liar.
Oh
So
yeah.
he says nobody's going to believe. Oh, they might. I don't know. I've always listened after OJ, after Casey Anthony, after Trevon. Do not underestimate the stupidity of a jury. I will never do it again.
For sure. And if
hey Kimberly,
there's so many people. I mean, that's a small town. He may have, if he's got one of them in his pocket, or
they're saying that he won't be found guilty.
I go back and forth. I'll have a good day, but I think it's so hard for me to wrap my mind, Shannon, around him doing that. I mean, and what I don't understand, let's just say if he did do it, and I think he did. I mean, I don't think there's nobody else to have done it. But okay, so he shoots Paul first, they say.
Yeah.
Hey, sugar, what was his wife doing? I mean, she obviously heard the gun go off. I mean, they said it was like 2 minutes, I think, between the time he was shot and his wife was shot. I mean, I don't understand what was going on in those. Oh my God. Could you imagine them looking at you knowing that you're fixing to shoot them and they're your fan? I just can't wrap my mind around it.
When her sister got up there.
Yes.
She said, I asked Alec, because there's his close friends and family call him Alec. Hey, Amanda, if I missed anybody coming in, I'm sorry. Dorothy, hello. He said she didn't suffer, but now I wonder. She suffered.
Right.
Here's the thing, too. Paul had to be shot with the buckshot first, and look up at his dad, because I don't think Alec knew he was filming that dog.
No, I don't think he did either. Because
that kid was inside that little feed room, is what they called it.
And
then so he gets shot, and then he looks at his dad. You think about it. He looks at his dad. The wife and mother look over, and it was graphic. Okay?
Oh yeah.
What happened to his brain and whatnot.
Yes.
And she had to see him do that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Her and shoot her in the legs first.
I think she was running. I think she was starting to run.
Yeah, and then she bent up like that woman said. That great guy, he's a woman. That great doctor. Hold on, my husband will come here and give me a kiss. Come here, come give me a kiss.
My husband just come home too.
He's going out. He's going to a meeting. He's important. Love you.
Ooh, are you getting this? Oh, you're slowly taking it?
No,
down?
you're getting it out of here. I still have the damn Christmas tree up.
Just put some unicorn or whatever leprechauns on it.
I took my husband did this for me. He put it in here, and I've got these ornaments that are, as I'm holding up now, are very old and very worth. I mean, look at this little one. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yes.
All right. The original Elf in a Shelf right here.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, he was throwing them on there. And when I came down, I looked at the ornaments that I know are old and I don't know what they were because I'll never sell them. And I was like, I'm going to have a heart attack. Then he put
I know.
But anyway. Yeah, so she had to see him. And then that wonderful medical examiner knew she got shot in the, where the bullet went and then the head. Now, here's the thing, and y'all tell me what y'all think of this now. This is another thing that, hey, Sherry, and I'm going to miss some people, and I'm so sorry. So, Alex, I got to stop acting like I knew him. Alex, that day, the chief financial officer held up that check and said, what the fuck? That day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he knows. He's got about 100 of them coming.
Yep.
So he goes home. Goes to Mosul. He calls his son. He calls his wife. You need to come out here. Did he plan it in that short amount of time? Because people, my mother is convinced that he did not want them to know.
Yes, I think the embarrassment and of them finding out that, because it was fixing to hit. I mean, he was fixing to be blown out of the water.
Yeah, it was going to be big. Plus, Paul was costing him a lot of money with that boating accident, with the death and the girl whose hand got, snarled up.
Yes.
So, I mean, he
that was
left work, thought to himself, mind you, while taking handfuls of OxyContin,
right,
and said, I'm going to kill Maggie. I can't get to Buster because he's away at college cheating, and I can't get to him. But I'm going to go home and is that why he used two guns? He's been around guns. He should have known the buckshot won't go kill him.
But apparently that was a thing. I thought that was strange. I didn't get that about the buckshot and the birdshot, but apparently that was a common thing for them to have the two different things in the gun. So, and then you have to think that those guns are somewhere on that property, probably buried. There was nowhere from him. I guess there could have been, but there was nowhere for him really to get rid of them. So the next day, and then that night, was it that night that was it that night when he went to his mom's, he was carrying the coat? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Those guns were obviously in that coat sometime. Yes. And they're on the way. They're on the way, from his, and I could have been, was it? Because they treated him. See, I watched the video, the original uncut video of, I guess it was Officer Green. It might have not. They rolled the carpet out for him. He didn't get treated like anybody else would have got treated.
Yeah, the gun beside him. The Officer Green was like, eventually, do you mind if I take that? Plus, I wasn't, because they haven't really put out a diagram of the property that I've seen. So when I'm watching him pull in, the policeman pull in, and I see all the buildings. There's a lot of little buildings on that. Yeah. Property. And for some reason, I thought as you pulled in that the dog pens would have been to the right. I don't know why I thought that, but they're actually to the left. And then you saw the big blurbs, which were the bodies. And I'm like, God, they weren't that far from the road. They weren't. He had to have. I don't think he played it that day. I think when that woman came in with that check, he said, "Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go." And so he had to kill him. He thought he had to kill him. And then to have to wait and secure Buster financially, I don't even know. He said,
it doesn't make. There's a lot of things that don't make. Like,
they don't make no sense.
Cousin Eddie I don't think would have shot him for free. I mean, that whole thing right there, how that come about. Man, you know what I mean? That makes.
Yeah, I wish we could talk to Uncle. I keep calling him Uncle, Cousin Danny. I'd love.
Oh yeah.
I know that he was on the Today Show, and I can remember that Harpo, lawyer Harpo guy said, "Well, because Edward couldn't even fire a gun 4 feet away to kill Alex. Couldn't even do that." I'm thinking, what are you doing?
I know.
Sit down, old man. Sit down. The OnStar.
Or do you think that the state? You think the state rap? Do you think that they've done a good enough job?
I will tell you where I think they made their biggest. Hey, CJ, where they made their biggest mistake was the blood analyst lady. Tell me that it's so and so's blood. Don't give me those two scenarios. Don't give me whose it is. It's an X amount of, it's hers. That's what they lost me there. They lost me. And I can't hazel up. And I can't imagine. Here's the why I could never be on trial. I have ADD. I would have been sitting in my chair, looking up at the ceiling, because when I was at home, that's what I was doing when she was going through it.
Yes, me too. I couldn't follow it. Well, the part that I keep going back to is that damn Snapchat video of hearing Alex's voice. I mean, how can he get out of that?
Can we talk about that?
I mean, how can he get out of that? There's no explanation for it. And that was 2 minutes before Paul was shot?
Yes.
I mean, there's no, either he was there and he thought somebody else was there, or by God, he's the one that done it. I mean, there's no other explanation for it.
For him to say he was not there, which was his,
Oh, yeah.
All right. So here's another thing I brought up today to my mom. We talk about this shit all the time. The boy whose dog Cash,
yes,
he knew that Paul kept his phone in his back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that.
Yeah.
Alex, when he took his wife's phone, I don't know where that was, but obviously it wasn't under her or anywhere like that because, it might have been, but anyway, he took her phone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably couldn't find Paul's. I don't know. At this point, you're in a frenzy. I would imagine you were in a frenzy. I would hope.
Right.
So because Paul was inside that feed room making that video. And he, bless that kid. I mean, I keep going back to, the poor boy who never got that video. When his friends came up to testify, and they all, they played that tape for each one of them. Oh,
it was heartbreaking.
There was this one kid that when he was watching it smiled because there was Paul. Hey, Tally. And he smiled every time he heard his voice. And, they had to say, whose voices did you hear? I don't understand. That should have been in the trial. I don't even think.
Yeah, end of story. I mean, there's no.
Ended it right there. Hey, Earth.
Yeah.
Hey, Squirrel Gang. Hey, they should have ended it right there.
And if I'm not mistaken, they didn't even cross-examine a lot of the witnesses. The prosecution didn't. I mean, his side didn't. The defense. They didn't even cross. I couldn't believe some of those witnesses they didn't cross-examine.
Squirrel said he did pick up Paul's phone. Alex said he was going to do something. Oh, I don't know about that. I thought it was found in his back pocket.
Yeah, he did. He picked it. He said he rolled him over.
Yeah, no.
But he ended up laying it.
And that's good. If y'all, I need to go find that video because he ain't got near a drop of blood on him.
No. Well, somebody testified that he would have been covered in blood.
I don't think he'll take the stand. I don't know.
And then the different clothes. See that video with the I was watching something today. I was rewatching some videos. I didn't realize the video with the tree apparently was done. That video was filmed before it got dark, before the shootings.
Right.
I thought it was earlier in the day when they were out.
Those are the clothes he had on when he killed him.
Yes. Yep.
And that's why.
Well, what about her wedding ring being under the seat of the Mercedes? What do you think he put it there, or do you think she did it?
I don't know.
Her wedding set, Blanca when they got the car back, she said she cleaned it up and she found her wedding ring set under the seat.
Weird.
It was weird.
Hey, just a stop. This is just full of really odd happenings, and there's no. I'm putting this damn phone up. I gotta change my damn notification. It's getting on my own nerves. I hate it. The wedding ring found in the car. And then we think Paul always had guns in his truck, never locked it, kept the keys in it.
Yeah.
So I do believe probably that gun was stolen from that truck that night.
Oh, I do too.
Virginia, thank you so much. I think just so were they a family of just careless, let me just
her sister said
I'll find it later. I don't know.
Yeah, her sister said that, you get in there and her purse would be dumped, checkbook would be on the floor with,
no, Virginia, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. I got to save up money for this trip in March. The meet and greet, it's probably going to turn into a damn.
It'll be fun.
News alert. But anyway, yeah, okay. So that was it. Then I thought, all right. So let me go back through my thing. The day. I'll use this as my prop. The day she said, Alex, what the fuck, goes home. So he might have also. Well, he didn't have a hat on in the picture. There was he had to have something, and it wasn't that blue tarp of a raincoat, but obviously he went somewhere and showered very well.
Yes.
Yeah, hello, because he didn't have nothing on him. Nothing.
No.
Thank you for coming. Sled didn't find Maggie's wedding band. The maid found it. Oh, that poor maid. Oh, Jesus. Oh no. Let's talk about the son of the maid that died.
Wow.
That kid deserves. can you imagine? He took from them.
Yes.
What, like $5 million?
There's
money that he had to not an unnameable lurker. That little kid, I say little kid because, if you're under 30, to me, you're a kid.
Yes.
Right, so
but he had a brother that was special needs,
right.
His younger brother.
So she had too, because that kid's special needs too.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got evicted from a freaking trailer. And
he
let that happen.
Yep. Well, even the girl that was her mother, and they were in the car wreck, and her mom, the tire blew out. Alex signed. It was her and her sister that survived the wreck, and so Alec got all this money, but he kept telling her she was taken care of. And then he got his friend to be the conservator of the money. And he made so many loans to Alex out of their money, they'll never see millions of dollars. Those, I just don't get how his conscience should be, if he even has one, should be driving him crazy every day.
Yes, this dog kennel guy did say the hose had been moved because that man put it back a specific way. And he said, no, never did, because he's 20-something and they don't. So could he have cleansed himself enough down there? I don't know. That's something that we'll probably never know. He's not ever going to tell us.
And could he have gotten into side by side and drove somewhere and took those weapons and then come back and maybe brushed her leg when he parked it? Or who knows, because they said they had marks on her leg. I don't know, but he had to be in a messed up state of mind to even do it to start with. But he obviously was way messed up, Shannon. I can't either. It blows my mind. He was a snake in the grass.
Some people think he had help, and it was Uncle Eddie. Cousin Eddie. That's going around those circles and run.
Well, it does sound like he's talking to somebody else on the call.
Well, when Harpo, that's all I can call him now.
Yeah.
Cross-examined the first, and I think it was the kid with the dog with Cash. He said, "Do you hear anybody else? Do you hear anybody else?"
He said he thought he heard, and initially he thought he heard somebody else.
Yeah. So my question is, okay, if you're saying, if you're trying to introduce Uncle Eddie into cousin Eddie, I'm sorry, into this, why? Maybe that's why they opened the door, because I don't think that lawyer was dumb enough to, especially having the judge rule that morning that they couldn't bring out cousin Eddie, and he that afternoon kicked that door right in.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Notice the prosecution said, because I remember when the prosecution ended their stuff early one of the days, and I thought, well, if y'all gonna cousin Eddie just over across the street, over here, and
yeah, absolutely.
That's when I knew he wasn't gonna make it. That's when I knew he wasn't coming. That's when I thought possibly, okay, well, the defense is gonna call him.
Yep. I'm so anxious to see what after closing arguments, I know the state has rested, so the defense they have a chance, they'll have a chance to cross-examine, and then they give their closing arguments, right?
Yeah.
Wow. If he does get off on this, I think there's enough of the other stuff that he's probably not going to ever see. I would hope that he's going to be put away, because there's no getting out of the financial shit.
Yeah, the financial shit alone will I think the defense said the financial stuff alone is life and a half.
Right. Oh yeah, and I love the timeline of how they got him where he slowed down and threw her damn phone out.
Yeah, Maggie, the state. Okay, so the state always gets during the state's presentation, they do that. The defense gets them, and then the prosecution can redirect.
Yeah.
So we got the defense now. So they'll call their witness. The prosecution will go direct, and then the defense can redirect. But in closing arguments, you have the prosecution, then the defense, and then the prosecution rebuttal. And that's how that goes. So I can't believe that these jurors, here's a lot of things I couldn't remember. I couldn't believe they couldn't take notes, which I understand. Some people will want, the whole jury to read their notes.
Right.
Something to write down, something to jot down.
Yeah.
Also, there was a lot of issues that took place that in Virginia would have been settled way before that trial ever came, like the financial things. It would all have been settled. And then, honestly, the way the prosecution laid it out, sometimes I got very confused, because they would be making going in order of how these things, right? I said, you. And then they would jump to something else. Completely different. And I'm like, whoa.
It was hard to follow, and it felt like they didn't button up a lot of things that they opened up. They left a lot of open, unclosed things going up for people to wonder,
Yeah, I just, in Virginia, that shit gets settled. You have pretrial stuff, and it is done, and you know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're barring, some huge, but that's the way they do it here. And I think that's the way they do it in a lot of places. And not taking notes. This is a long-ass trial.
Yes, absolutely. That's going to be a lot for them to remember, Yeah,
it was supposed to be a 3-week trial, which is still a lot. It's a lot of information coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're into week 5, 6?
Yeah. And not to mention they've had to leave and go back to the jury room so many times, you know what I mean? It's
Liza, I don't think he's going to do a Martha Stewart for him. I think he's going to be doing, he's going to be in prison. I don't know, but he might, though. If it's a federal prison, he'll be doing yoga every day.
Oh, yeah. But, man, got to live with himself. Hey, I'm going to jump down and start some dinner for my husband. I'm going to still be listening, though.
Okay. Thank you for
coming. All right. Love you.
Love you.
Bye. Bye-bye. Love you.
I love Diamond. I love her. Man. I love the judge. Oh my God, that Darrell Brooks trial. I needed to go to my psychiatrist after watching a day or two of that. Darrell Brooks had me. My God, if I had ever quit drinking, I'd have started up then. Yeah, it's 80 to 100 years for just the financial stuff. So, Alex Murdaugh ain't coming out no time soon. I feel real sorry for Buster. Call me crazy. I thought Murdaugh was innocent at first. So did we. I did too when it first happened. I did too. When it first came, I thought, yeah, oh my God, how horrible, awful. And then Kentucky. Oh, he was a freaking CJ, a freaking moron. But yeah, and this is the sad part, I guess, of Jaylee. You have his grandfather, who was quite, well known, his father. You have Paul. Okay, so Paul, if you have consecutive generations of affluence and wealth, eventually it comes to a freaking end, because the children of the children of the children become spoiled, they don't really have any, they're just, great families have just collapsed. Yeah, third and fourth generations. So you had Alex, who was probably very spoiled, smart though, but they said that he probably has or had ADD, because they said once you got him directed on something, he did great. But before then, then he spoils his children. And then and so now we have Buster, the only one left, who got caught cheating and cheating in law school. And now Alex's big thing is getting Buster cleared so he can go back. Hey, Lisa, interview with the hooker that claims she. Oh no! Hold the hell on with that. What the hell that happened? What the hell that happened? Read up on the extended history of the family. It's been, has it? I will. No, Dorothy, I will, because this really's got me. Y'all know I love a good mystery. I love going back out and finding out and figuring out stuff. And do you think they're going to link Buster to? I don't know. Buster's got some answer to do. That man, and I can't remember his name right now. We might just have a family of, I don't even know what to call them, that are just so, if Buster ran over that boy, and something's up with that, Virginia, something's up with that kid, then you would have both sons who would have killed people. Okay. And I'll never forget the sister saying, her sister, Maggie's sister, saying that Paul said, I'm going to clear Paul, Alex said, I'm going to clear Paul's name. And she thought that was his biggest thing that he was going to do. And she thought, funny, because I would want their murder solved. But okay. So you have poor Buster. Stephen Smith, thank you. You have poor Buster here. That's really the only one left. Paul's not, shit. I keep calling. Alex ain't coming out of jail. Well, he might get a little bit of coming out of jail. Maybe if he gets found not guilty of the murders, he might have a little time out until he starts his other trial. But Buster has lost everything. And I have to keep remembering that, because I don't particularly find Buster very likable. He has lost his mother, his brother, his nieces, his nephews, his sister-in-law. He's lost people that he'll never know, that he should know. That's one thing when somebody really young dies. And this is why I can't believe sometimes that parents do this, but they do it obviously every day. When you lose a child young, you lose everything that you have ever dreamed for them. Their wife, their husband, their children, their job. Hey, Lucy, all of it. Hey, Crime and Fashion. I think he's in AL too. That's why I don't really like him. But I have to look at that kid and really feel sorry, because His children now will not have grandparents. He doesn't have any nieces, or he will never have any nieces or nephews. That's all part of his family that will never happen. There'll never be. So Rap is missing Carlos. I don't think Milton killed him, but if he did, I don't think he did. But keep us posted, Carlos. Keep us posted. Yeah, even hearing Paul and Maggie. Yeah, I think she loved those boys to death. Obviously, they're son. She loved them to death. They did no wrong in her eyes. I got, faux children that can do no wrong in my eyes. But when they do, look the fuck up. It's just sad. And now Paul, Alex is lost a son, lost grandchildren, lost a legacy. Because I don't think Buster's going to bring much of a legacy. Sorry, Alex, if you're watching this in jail, you probably are. I don't think that there's going to be a legacy. Lady, I have a knack for it. Even when I'm serious, I have a knack for it. Let's see. Don't feel too sorry. Well, I think he did kill that boy. I'm sorry. I really do think he killed Mr. Smith. So that's why I'm saying you have raised two children. One, Paul killed a girl and maimed another one. And then Mr. Buster, and Buster's been trying to well, did you see the day that he flipped people off? And I just flipped all of you off, and I'm sorry, but he was doing this. And I think it was Alex's best friend that was up there. And that was the same day that it was the counsel for, it was the lawyer for the $30 million, that was on the 11th. Remember that too. So June 7th, what's your name? Chief Financial Officer holds up the check. Alex, what the hell? Alex says, oh shit, it's coming down. All right, it's going down. And on the 11th, Paul was going to court for the $30 million, judgment, I think, or was it murder? I don't really know. I can't remember now. Jeez, I got too much information. We've had the housekeeper killed or hurt badly. I don't know. How do all these people keep dying around these people? The maid died. And if funny enough, Alex made money off of it. Paul killed somebody. And I'm sorry, Buster, if you're watching, and I know you probably are subscribed to me. Buster, you need to find Jesus. With Paul dead, the boating lawsuit went away, didn't it, Amy? Didn't it? That's another thing, didn't it? So, even though he knew all that shit was coming, he killed him, right? June 11th, canceled. I can't imagine being him and knowing that all this shit was going to come out, knowing that the $5 million from those boys, those two boys of the housekeeper that died. I don't understand how all these people keep dying around them. Listen to how not bothered Maggie wasn't about 20 years ago. Who raised her children, right? Crimes and fashion. That woman raised Maggie's children. And hers are left. Because when they asked the boy, her oldest son, sorry, he's not a boy, he's a man, but if you're under 30, I'm going to call you a boy. Asked if he knew Paul and Buster, and he said a little bit. So they hadn't even been commingled together. Hold on, let me see. Put that up there. Paul and Buster were responsible for that. But yeah, they were. Buster gave him his ID to buy the Butte. Yep. Even though they didn't look alike. But anyway, Paul drove the boat drunk. Yeah. There's a lot of accidental deaths around them. Way too many, because I can tell you, I've got 4 children and a husband and me, and there ain't never been no weird death. We ain't had no people drop dead around us. Weirdly. Not that I know of. Yeah, she raised those boys, and she had that special needs boy. And I'm sorry, like I said before, both those boys were special needs. I'm not being mean. I think that the one that testified did so well. I would have been absolutely frightened out of my mind just to be in the same room with him, but to know that this is going out on 37,000 YouTube channels. And, I would have absolutely been petrified. And he wasn't, because that gives the thing. You come in and tell the truth, you ain't got to be scared of nobody. You ain't got to be scared of shit. Weren't both kids linked to the death of that one? Well, Buster mainly. See, I don't know. They switching IDs all the time, and he really did wonderful. I was so proud of him. And they said that they had, I think his lawyer now, they had him scheduled to testify right after that boy, just in case he seized up and whatever. They didn't need him, and he came in there twice. Because remember, he had to do it first to see if it got in, and then he had to come back in and do it in front of the jury. So there you are. Law found in swamp. Let's see. What do you think the law found in that swamp? I don't know. Wouldn't it be crazy if after all this happens, Buster gets charged? I don't, this family, I can't even. But see, like I said in the beginning of this, I had a family. We have the Falwells around here. And listen, everything bad, like Jerry Jr., and I know there's a documentary somewhere about Jerry Jr. and his fall from grace, even though he wasn't the pastor. Jonathan, the second son of Jerry Fall, was the pastor. Jerry was the lawyer, and he was not. He was hated in this town, and he still is. And his fall from grace was not anything that we in this town did not already know about. The drinking, the screwing around, the this and that, the money. I mean, that'll come out. The money that he moved around, let's put it that way. In a town like, this ain't a small town. It is a small town. When all this shit hit CNN and all that, I was like, I could have told you. If y'all had called me and asked me, I could have told you. CNN, because Smith's case was closed. Well, that's going to come right back into play again, and I can't wait. I can't imagine any family. I can't imagine the injustice of not knowing who killed your child. Whether it was a mistake or not, whether it was a hit and run or whatever. I can't imagine. I can't imagine having a child that's lost. Lost in the world, missing. I've put up, I've had, they say the worst thing in the world is burying a child. It's very bad. It's horrible. It's, when God says, when they say, oh, God doesn't give you more than you can stand. Yeah, he does. He does. He does it every fucking day to a lot of people. Sure he does. But having one missing, and I don't know where they are, would seem to me to be one of the worst things ever. But not knowing who killed them would be something that haunted you. I'm going to have to drink through this jury and the verdict watch, Maggie. I'm going to bring a blender down here and just do mixed drinks. Little, I'll go get some cute little straws. Oh, no. I'll be down here shit-faced, picking daisies. How you doing, baby? I'm just saying, I will not be able. I'll be drunk the whole time. I hope they don't deliberate too long. So I'll be down here. I'll log in and you'll be like this. Hey, Nights Dogger. Well, I'm glad that we're kind of all on the same page with this. Let's hope that the jury is. We're all on the same page. And I really kind of can't wait for this to let's see. I hope he goes to prison for the rest of his life. I hope the jury makes. I do too. I hope they make the right decision because. But again, if they find him guilty and then he goes for this all this money, he's still gonna be in jail. I mean, dude, you ain't getting out of jail. Alec, you really screwed up. They are exhuming her body. The kennel video was see, Amy, this is what I thought too. Okay, I understand that a prosecutor's got to put on. I wasn't there. No way. I was at my mom's. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look, here's a video of him at the thing. Open, shut. Let's get it over with. Hey, GG. He'll already be. Yeah, he's already going to spend the rest of his life in jail. I mean, there's no way. And I do believe. Do I think that? Do we know? I don't know. Somebody asked that the other day if they were locals or if they were, brought in from another part of the state. And I think they might be local. I think they might be local, and that's concerning to me. But if you think about it, all right, Alex is a lawyer. And I don't even know, does anybody know what kind of lawyer he was? Was he wait a minute, he was a like ambulance chaser, right? He was a personal injury lawyer. Is that right? Yeah, because he got all the money for personal injuries. So if the people in that town ever they have to wonder if they ever engaged him and to be, how much did you take from me? So, I mean, a personal injury lawyer, I'm not going to say it doesn't have the same. I hate to say this. If there's any lawyers watching, I do apologize. I mean, you have a criminal lawyer, which I would put higher on the totem pole. Hey, Vicky, I would put a defense attorney higher on or whatever. And then maybe, civil rights lawyer, maybe a little bit under here. Earth, you cancel your shit. Oh, you get to graduate? All right, never mind. Okay. I guess that's more important than the thing. He was bringing $10 million a year to the firm, but he was probably really bringing $20 million to the firm. That's why I don't understand that woman. If you look, that chief financial officer, hold on, held that thing. She did not have to look. She didn't have to look at her notes ever. She didn't have to. She rattled off. She knew exactly. She would look down at the check they were talking about and go, oh, yeah, and explain that check. That's one sharp-eyed lady. And that brought to my attention, why did it take y'all so long to figure this out? And there's no way in life, there's no way in hell he was thinking to himself, they're never going to catch me. He had to be thinking, I can't believe they haven't caught me. And made a plan for that. Because there was a lot of money moving around. It won't own OxyContin. All right, that's not what we were doing. So his money might be offshore, maybe. I don't know. That money is somewhere. A lot of it went to these different houses and lifestyles. That's a damn lot of money. That's a damn lot of money. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was decades of it. So is it somewhere? All right. Well, if it is somewhere, why are you trying to get somebody to blow your brains out so your kid can get the 5 to 10 million? And when Cousin Eddie didn't kill him, and then what did he hit himself in the head with a hammer? I think he hit himself in the head with a hammer. Can I just tell y'all a story about me hitting myself with a hammer? First of all, a hammer can be a very deadly thing. I'm gonna tell you why. When I was 8 years old, I found a bullet, right? A bullet, and I took the hammer and I beat the lead out of the bullet. Listen to me while I tell you this. I beat the lead out of the bullet, right? So we have the lead. I put the lead over here. So then I kept beating the tin casing. Well, the casing went, the gunpowder went off, and the casing, the little thing that holds the gunpowder in the bullet, went right in my leg when I was 8. So it was a gunshot. All right. I shot myself with a hammer. No shit. So we went to the doctor. Hey, Decoy Carter. So went to the doctor and he said, oh, okay, it bounced off your bone. Hey, Cheesy, it bounced off your bone and it's fine. You're fine. Oh, nay. On my wedding day, not very long. Well, I mean, obviously I wasn't 8, but the morning of my wedding, I was shaving my legs. And I just want to talk about nicked it. And there, I pulled shrapnel out of my leg the day of my wedding. Hey, curious. Here's another interesting hammer story. Why I can't have hammers to this day. Heels in the air. I love you. Hey, Kim. Another reason why I can't have hammers. I was on the carport, and you know gutters. And I noticed that it was a big, long gutter nail that had come out a little bit, right? And I said, I'm going to beat that back in. So I took a can of paint to stand on. I stood on the can of paint. I'm an 8-carry baby. I stood on the can of paint. Hey, Stephanie B, I went back to hit the nail, or draw back to hit the nail. The paint can fell over. And I hit myself in the back of the head with the hammer. I know something about hammers to the head. So Alex said, I need Cousin Eddie to explain to me what happened. Alex has been in the drug biz at various roles for decades. But Karen, here's the thing though. Don't you think somebody in that town over 20 years would know it? If he was really, truly, I've known drug dealers a lot of my life, and they love to talk. They love to talk. They won't talk about little people, but they'll talk about big ones in a minute. And everybody in the town, I explained that Jerry Falwell lives here, and his sons are older than me, but A-Shop girl, I love you. We all knew that Jerry Jr., the oldest son of Jerry Falwell, was a complete fucking dickhead, drug addict, drunk. And I knew that from when he was in his 20s. So when all this stuff happened with Jerry Jr., with the dude, his wife was having sex in front of him with the dude, we already knew that's the way they were. We already knew that wasn't no news to us. So in a little town, and then we also said if Cousin Eddie was going and buying drugs at retail prices on the street, there's no way you're going to take those drugs you bought retail, even if you got a little discount, and you were going to go sell them. What is Alex sitting in his car selling drugs? No. Fell out of its chair. Fell clean out of its chair. That is... Jerry, that might be Jerry Falwell right there, trying to tell me to shut up about them kids of his. I'm sorry. I've been to the Fontainebleau pool where, yes, the crimes and fashion. Oh, Lord and Lord. Yeah, exactly, Kim. And plus, it is not physically possible. He would be dead unless they were charging him $1,000 a pill. He would be dead. And like I said before, and because I know this for a fact, if you are on any kind of opioid, you lose if you're on them for a long time, you lose weight. You lose a lot of weight. You are rail thin because, like I said, you're not holding up the. Oh, let me see what the guy. Let me see. Oh, I need to eat before I take it. Not a problem. Yeah, they don't send. They don't come home with no instructions. So you're popping them things all day with no food. It deadens your appetite, everything. Alex, I'm sorry to tell you, you were too fat to be a drug addict. I had to go there. I went there. There you are. You're too fat to be a drug addict. So stop that shit. Stop it. He went way too big. Now, did he possibly, after all this or before all this, get on the pills? Absolutely. Always. It's a lot of the time, those squirrel gang, because you take them on an empty stomach, usually. I mean, you're not following doctor's orders, and having a piece of toast when you take them. Plus, you're taking two or three at a time. Sorry. Carry another thing. There you go. They get really, I mean, it's not a cookie cutter, but a lot of people that I know, do the math, 13K a week. If he did, let's see, actually every hour. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what they did with these pills. I don't. Cousin Eddie probably maybe sold them for a profit. I don't know where, but sounds like a moose is upstairs. He might have sold them. No, for 20 years, just a sub? Absolutely not. I call bullshit. But let's see. Then to think of him summoning them there, and we wouldn't have known that if here's the thing with a criminal. There's so many variables to a crime. He didn't know that Maggie had talked to the housekeeper and said, "Can you fix this dinner?" And because we're coming, Alex wants us there, and that she had talked to her sister and said, "Alex wants me to come there. I don't want to go." And the sister said, "Well, his father's getting ready to die, baby. You need to go." So now that sister feels like she caused this. Hold on. Here comes my son. Hold on. I'm live, so don't say anything stupid. No, that was my daughter, by the way. Oh, shit. No, here comes the son. I'm live. Don't say anything stupid.
On a chair?
Hold on. They won't let me.
Where'd you get the flamingo from? Well, I got mom and dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's sitting in the chair now.
They're arguing over. Hey, Weeping Willow Love. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. You're from Jenny. Oh, thank you.
I want a piggy. I want 3 animals from the machine.
Oh, that's a wonderful news. 3, okay. Bye.
3.
Yeah.
3 of them.
I love you all.
Do you guys love Ferdinand?
Anyway.
Get out. He fell out of his chair, but
Get out.
Get out.
Well, I'm wanted.
Hey, Sticky. I'm way thinner now that I'm clean. But I was drinking an 18K. So, well, there you go, Sticky. That would do it. Workwood Farms, hello. How are you? I do welcome any new subscribers, and I thank all of my subscribers. This weekend we're gonna do, as y'all know, I was putting my makeup on to go into my Saturday night murder mystery, Old Hollywood, William Desmond Taylor, and my computer decided to upgrade. I didn't push a button to make it do it either. So we have all this to go through. Hold on. We have all this to go through, but it's interesting. And book club, it was Daytona. Fitty out on you long time. I forgot that I had scheduled the book club meeting because Daytona was on the Daytona 500, and that's Presley. I love you. I love music, and you sang. We haven't decided what the book that we're wrapping up is. Spare by Prince Harry. We're going to wrap that up, and then we're going to pick a new one. So. I have one upstairs that I had bought with this book that I could put in as a possible. I'm gonna do like a a poll. Some people want Stephen King. I've never read a Stephen King book in my life, so that'll be interesting. I stick to nonfiction, but I'm willing to come out of my comfort zone there. So a lot of people have offered Stephen King. A lot of people. What is the other book? I can't remember. I don't know. I'll put it all up. Hey, Stormy Skies. You've been watching it too, Stormy. I think we all need a nightly update. I might every night at around 9 or so, or 8. Anyway, we'll do an hour-long update on the day. Let's do that. Can we? Y'all want to do that? You're a big. Actually, I've never read Big Time Gambler's father parked his truck after hours. Somebody. Well, did you peek at that book? I haven't yet. I'll tell you what's horrible right now. My daughter is in high school, and she is the assistant sec director for the musical Cabaret. Yes, I said Cabaret. I am running her back and forth. She has to. It used to be she stayed till 5:30. Then when they did Tech Week is when they performed the play for a whole week without the audience. Tech Week, I'd have to take her at 5 o'clock, 5:30, and pick her up at 10 or 11. Hey, Kathy P. So I got real discombobulated. It's like I didn't have time. Every time I would start to even look at anything about the new book, I would either have to go pick her up or, I was always going to pick her up. We're on the last leg of this. The last show is the 24th. I ain't got to worry about it no more until the next show. So I will put up a community post that will ask people to put it in the account, in the having a stroke, in the comment section. Do me an author or a book, because here's the thing with Stephen King. I know everybody's got a favorite book. Now, I also know he wrote one last year that was not like his other books. It was more like spacey, I think, is what I read. So if people haven't read that one, and also I understand that buying a book or even the audiobook, whatever, is $20 around this time is a luxury. I understand that 100%. So I want to give people, when we pick the book, enough time to get it, right? I will, or thank you, baby. And have people, be able to get it. Because I do know that we're on, times are tough. So, and it's just something, I just hope people enjoy it. It's good to spend a little time on yourself, reading a book. It's good to have, a book club that you can talk about it. I've enjoyed doing this for Spare, and it was very interesting. Hey, Peggy!
Not today.
I've been very busy. I've been and just tired. I mean, I have to wait until 11 o'clock. We haven't picked one yet, Kim. So on my community page, I will put, give me a suggestion, and then we'll do a poll, and we'll all get the book, and I'll give y'all some time to get it, and we will start the book club back up, because I love the book club. I love it. You like his short stories? I've never read them, so this is going to be new for me. You try to read yes, I do too. Crimes and Fashion, but it's my husband has to get up at 3:30 in the morning to go to work. So, and then down here, Shannon, if you read Stephen King, I know some Stephen King. Well, listen, I think it's probably going to be Stephen King, as a lot of people wanted it. I watched that autobiography on the Vera. That was nasty. Oh, Presley. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Alex's sister tried to give him the new. I didn't. No, I didn't. I like to try to get my in here, I don't, my light is not right. I keep it like this way for a reason. It's just to me more calm, you know. Now I can probably put a lamp over here and read down here and it'd be quiet. But I had stopped reading, and I used to read just everything I get my hands on, and I'd stopped, and I really missed it because there's something about picking up a book and being lost in that book for an hour or so. It's good for your soul. So I mean, I'll start it again. Yes, you guys. Oh well, I mean, I'm gonna have to. Y'all are giving me all this stuff. I'm gonna have to go look at. This case might be bigger than I thought, but it's been an hour and 10 minutes, and I appreciate y'all coming, and I'm not bored anymore. And I thank y'all for discussing this. And I think tomorrow I might go live at about 8. Well, like I said, if you have a suggestion, we'll look at them because I want everybody to be out of that. I know that reading Spare was out of a lot of people's comfort zone. They didn't read stuff like that, and they did. And they enjoyed it. So anyway, I'm going to come live tomorrow at 8. And we'll discuss tomorrow the first day of prosecution. The first day of the defense. Make notes if you want to. I will. I'll be making notes. And we can discuss how we think the first full day of the defense went. Weeping Willow, I'd never done one either. I didn't know how to do a book club. I didn't know that they were like, we would talk about the book, but I didn't know that they were like questions. You would ask like discussion questions. I'm like, that's brilliant. I didn't know that, but I know it now. So, is tomorrow? Yeah, wait a minute. Tomorrow's Messy Monday. Shit. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll go. No, today's Messy Monday. Today's Monday. I'm lost. All right. Today is Monday. President's Day. That's why my kid didn't go to school. That's why I don't get no mail today. And that's why, okay. Oh, Dorothy Gale, thank you. We're going to do it. And then I think I love you, Heels. I think what'll happen, what I might try to do when this thing gets going a little bit, and I got, I'm able to do it, is to have like whatever book we're going to do, we have a giveaway and give some away. That'll be fun. So forcing people to I think like this trial is almost like a book. It takes me away. Not that my life was horrible. It just takes me away. Hey, Destiny, my love. I go somewhere else for a little while. And my problems are very small compared to the problems that these people have. So maybe that's why we like them so much. They're almost like books. But I will see y'all. Thank y'all for the super chats. Thank y'all for showing up. I so much appreciate it. We will discuss tomorrow at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard. We're going to discuss the first day of the defense's case. Take notes. Oh, how many squirrels can we accommodate comfortably? About 50. So bring them on. All right. I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to the new subs. Thank you to my old subs. Thank you to my subs in the middle. And I got to go up there and heat something up for dinner. So I love you. Bye. Love you. Oh, I got to end it. Love you.